Ahí están, ahí va Keila con el póster.
Mírenla.
Ah, qué hermosa. Mírala ahí.
Sí.
Está ahí poniendo el póster.
Ay, tan linda.
My daughter, beautiful Keila. Ahí están los nombres. Kristen Ortiz, Keila de Hoyo, Caroline Vázquez. Aquí está. Kristen, saludan los jueces. Exacto. Saludan los jueces. Kristen, Kayla y Caroline. Ajá. Aquí. ¿Qué está de último? ¿Le gustaron los logos de la camiseta? Mírala aquí. Esa hermosura.
Qué belleza, Diosito me la va a pasar.
Ajá, ella le va a ir muy bien. Come on, baby, let's do it.
Oh my God.
Come on, baby. Kristen, you're gonna start, right? All right.
Ready?
Ready, girls?
Good afternoon, judges. My name is Kristen Ortiz.
My name is Kayla De Hoyos.
And I'm Caroline Velasquez.
And we are
Heart and Soul Restaurant and Bakery. So the idea for our concept came about one day as Caroline, Kristen, and myself, who at the time were friends coming out of college, were talking about our majors and why we decided to pursue them. I had graduated with a degree in baking and pastry arts since it was my passion ever since I was a little girl. Caroline started talking to us about her grandmother's health concerns and how that had affected herself and her family.
I remember growing up and a lot of my memories center around food. What a lot of people refer to as soul food was my family's everyday food. We would regularly consume things such as fried chicken, mashed potatoes, and cornbread. Dinner was the one time throughout the day that we could sit down and have a conversation, making it what we looked forward to. Yet, even though this food did help bring us together, it hurt us. As delicious as this food was, it was just as health compromising. My grandmother was diagnosed with hypertension and diabetes, and we were told that her diet had made a huge contribution due to the fact that it was high in fats and sodiums. At this point, I knew I had to start looking for alternatives and decided to major in health and wellness, where I met Kristen.
I've always had a passion for food, but I found that I was more effective in the management aspect of this industry. So I decided to major in business and also study sustainability and energy efficiency.
Kristen, right there.
Our mission is to serve wholesome, soul-inspired foods using fresh and locally sourced ingredients in a warm and friendly environment.
We have a couple of key points for the vision of our restaurant. First and foremost, we want to create an inviting environment where our customers will feel at home and want to keep returning again and again. We also plan on building sustainability into our establishment, and one way of doing this is to hire and train our staff using the National Restaurant Association's programs such as Serve Safe and Conserve. And last but not least, we plan on being strong members of the community by using locally sourced ingredients and donating all of our overproduction to local food banks and charities.
Onto our restaurant concept, we're a full-service family dining establishment. Meals served include breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Our breakfast is limited service to our in-house pastry counter, which offers things such as muffins and also offers coffee, tea, and juices. Hours of operation include 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Sundays. Cuisine served, as recently mentioned, is soul-inspired food, and we are located in the heart of downtown Prostarville, which allows us to gather a variety of guests such as families, tourists, and businessmen and women who work in the area. We want our restaurant to be sustainable and socially responsible, so we will be partnering up with local farms for sustainable sources of dairy, fish, meat, and produce.
Yes.
We will also be recycling, reducing, repurposing, and also composting to help reduce waste. We will also utilize energy efficient equipment and lighting whenever possible. And as Kayla mentioned, we plan on becoming members of the NRA, so we'll be using their Conserve program when enforcing these practices when training our employees.
As you can see, this is our interior diagram. It has been set up for the maximum efficiency from the flow of food to the comfort of our guests. Our kitchen was designed to accommodate both the baking and culinary aspects of our restaurant, trying to bring them together as a team. Our restrooms are conveniently located in the back of our dining room. Now, as soon as you enter our dining room, you're immediately overwhelmed by the sweet aromas coming from our all-class pastry counter filled with our freshly baked danishes, muffins, and cakes. From there, our host will lead you behind our exposed brick partition, built specifically to give guests a feeling of at-home privacy. At that point, you'll have the option to pick either one of our booths or tables. Our black cushioned booths are accompanied by dark cherry wood tables, and those same tables are spread throughout the dining room paired with black stools. In our dining room, we have a mock-up wall where the guests who sit in the right side booths are given a bit more privacy without being completely closed off. They can still see our signature fireplace and the rest of the dining room through the windows that we have implemented into the wall. Our round tables fold down into squares to accommodate larger guests by putting them together, larger parties by putting them together. Now, hanging over both our booths and tables, we have a pendant light fixtures, which is not only easy on the eyes, but also nicely illuminates our knickknacks and pictures of historic downtown Pro-Startville.
This is our organizational chart and how everything will flow throughout our restaurant. Now we've divided it into back of the house and front of the house. The back of the house is run by the manager, who in this case is our executive chef and our executive pastry chef. Underneath them is the prep cook, the line cook, and then the dishwasher. The back of the house is required to wear full chef uniform at all times, and this includes a white chef coat, checkered pants, black non-slip shoes, a hat, and an apron. The front of the house is run by the manager, and underneath them is the host and hostess, the server, and then the busser. The front of the house is also required to wear a full uniform that includes a red button-up, such as the one that I have on, black pants, and again, black non-slip shoes. Our entire staff is hired with standards for each position, but overall, they are all friendly and hospitable. We will also train our entire staff to be ServSafe certified, along with ServSafe food allergen certified, and they will all know and have background information on the Conserve program to go along with our sustainability. This is our menu and how we will present it to our customers. Now, the back of the house will prepare all of our dishes using alternative cooking methods and fresh ingredients to reduce the amount of fats and sodiums in them. Our menu is divided into appetizers, entrees, sides, and desserts. Of course, as our restaurant grows, we'll be adding a lot more menu items on here, and that includes seasonal menu items to utilize the ingredients that are local to us at one specific time. At the bottom of the menu, you see a food allergy warning. All of our servers are prepared to ask this to our guests, and they will also be asked for any specific dietary needs. If so, they will bring this information to the back of the house, who will be more than glad to accommodate the customer's needs.
We want to be strong supporters of our community, so we'll be sponsoring a local baseball team known as the Pro-Startville Pythons. Through this sponsorship, we are allowed advertisements such as a billboard in the stadium and also Jumbotron announcements. So not only will guests see the name Heart and Soul, they will also hear the name Heart and Soul. Our next marketing tactic includes the distribution of pamphlets to hotels in the downtown area. Upon checking in, guests are given these pamphlets, and on these pamphlets have the information of contact info, hours of operation, and also our meal served. Potential efforts include social media. We understand social media is not a marketing tactic within itself, but it's definitely prevalent in this time and age. So we will be planning on making a website where all our guests can come together as a community. Here's an example of our pamphlet on the left side, and on the right side, the logo of the Pro-Startville Pythons.
So our estimated revenues for the first year is $1,073,100 with an average check of $12 per person. We've split this revenue into percentages, with breakfast bringing in 23% of that, lunch bringing in 32% of that, and finally lunch bringing in 45% of that.
Dinner, mama.
We've also broken down our costs, with food and beverage coming in at 33%, labor coming in at 28%, our marketing being 8%, overheads such as water and electricity being 18%,
Right.
our rent 8%, and finally our net profit would be 5%.
Nice.
We've categorized all of our expenses into our total revenue. We've determined that for our first year, we'll have a net profit of $53,655 from our total $1,073,100 revenue. Of course, we do expect to see these numbers increase over the next few years as our restaurant grows. Heart and Soul is dedicated to providing quality food and service. Our goal is to serve our customers guilt-free yet satisfying foods. At Heart and Soul, we are huge advocates of a healthy lifestyle, and we know with our menu it's much easier to do so. Basically, our food is delicious, affordable, and above all, a much healthier option. But of course, we want our customers to feel at home, whether they're dining alone or with their family. It's about time to make room for the Heart and Soul.
Oh yeah, baby. Good job.